To get the most out of this activation, find a place where you can be completely undisturbed for the duration of the session. This recording is designed to lead you into a deep state of relaxation and alter the state of consciousness. Do not listen to this audio while driving, operating heavy machinery, or performing any task that requires your outward attention. Sit or lay down in a position that allows your spine to feel supported and your body to let go of tension. While we are entering a deep state of trance or meditative state, it is important to remember that you remain in total control. Your subconscious mind is always looking out for you. In the unlikely event of an emergency, or if your immediate attention is required, you will find that you can open your eyes instantly. You will return to a state of full, wide-awake alertness, feeling grounded, sharp, and ready to act in a matter of seconds. Now, I would like you to take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, give yourself the permission to be here. You are in a safe, protected space. Your only job right now is to listen, breathe, and receive. Now simply go ahead and close your eyes. Now, I would like you to take your attention to your eyelids and simply focus your attention on all the tiny muscles around your eyes. And you can relax your eyelids so much that they just won't work. Once you are sure you have done that, hold on to that relaxation. That's right. Now, test them to make sure they won't work. Good. Stop testing and go deeper and deeper relaxed. Now, I want you to send that feeling of deep relaxation down through your body. From the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Now, I want you to simply imagine as if a gentle wave is taking that relaxation from the top of your head to your neck, your shoulders, your back, your arms, your chest. That's right. Deeper and deeper into relaxation. Goes down to your belly, your lower back, your glutes, your pelvis, your legs, your knees, your calves, down to your feet. Good. Go deeper now. That's right. Now, let's relax your mind as if the lights were out and you were asleep at night. Let your mind relax as if your thoughts have faded away to nothing. 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 Now take your attention to your breathing and just simply do it naturally. Let each gentle breath you exhale take you deeper, as if each breath was a step down a staircase of relaxation, where at the bottom of the stairs you find the big soft bed. That's right. Completely relaxed now. And with every breath you take, you allow yourself to go deeper. And every sound you hear takes you deeper. And every sensation you feel takes you deeper. And following my suggestions certainly takes you deeper and deeper. That's right. And I want you to simply now allow yourself to imagine as if you were surrounded in a bubble of purple light. And I want you to know that in this bubble you are safe and secure. And in a moment, I am going to invite you to simply float above the sky. And every single one of you might have different sensations of floating. It might feel as if you're floating in the sky, or as if you're simply floating in a bathtub. Or it might come as sounds or feelings. And I want you to simply trust whichever comes to you. That's right. And as you allow yourself to float above, I want you to simply picture down. And as you observe down, there is a line. And this line represents your future, your present, and your past. Your future lies in front of you, and your past lies behind you. And today we're gonna have a journey where I will be taking you up the sky. Where you will be meeting the system. The process that you have just learned, you will experience it by yourself. And as you are floating there, I simply want you to float back to the past. And I want you to let your subconscious mind to simply guide you. To guide you towards the past, to every single time that you doubted. That you think that there was no way out. That you felt despair. And I want you to simply go back into the very first memory where this feeling was created. Now, I don't want you to question the memory. It might be a number, it might be an image, it might be a sound. Allow you to simply go back. And as you go back into this memory, I simply want you to observe how now you start flying down into the memory. And I want you to simply look through your own eyes. How did you feel? What did you experience? And I want you to simply recognize how in this moment that you decided to trust, that perhaps you prayed, perhaps you asked for help, things worked out. And I want you to simply observe that moment. Allow yourself to feel what you felt. to hear what you heard. And I want you to realize how you have been doing this all along, trying to control, trying to have everything figured out, thinking that you can do everything absolutely by yourself. And as you experience this, as you allow yourself to feel all of this, I want you to simply picture and imagine as if everything in this memory suddenly started to disappear, to vanish, to crumble. Even your bubble where you were safe and secure, it pops. And I want you to simply imagine how you start simply falling down into the unknown, and you keep on falling down into each memory and to each moment where you didn't trust, where you wanted to grasp the control, where you wanted to do things by yourself without trusting the divine, without trusting the plan. And I want you to simply feel the feeling of what it feels to feel completely alone. Alone in the vastness of the universe and simply falling down, and we don't even know where you're falling. You're simply falling down. And here you have a choice. You have a choice of simply continue doing exactly the same things that you have been doing. To keep on lying to yourself, to keep on telling yourself the exact same excuses. And you might as well keep falling down forever. Or you can choose to surrender. Because the moment that you choose to surrender, you realize that you were never falling down into the void. But all this time you were held by a higher force. And tell me, what does it actually feel to be held? What does it actually feel to know that all this time you were surrounded by this force? You were invited to dance with the divine, but you grasped, you controlled. And now it's time to let go. And I simply want you to let go and surrender to the divine. And as you keep on falling down and falling down, slowly you start feeling as if you're not falling anymore, but you're actually flying. And you're flying within the void, and you know that there is many unknowns. But you also know that now you can trust. And you can trust because God has been holding you all along. And as you are being held, as you realize that it's not about falling down, but it is about flying, you realize that the only force that can keep you and maintain you flying right now is God. And He has been here all along, trying to guide you, trying to show you the path, trying to bring the miracles to you. And as you start flying, I want you to simply observe how you start falling down into the universe. And you might see the planets around you. You might see the sun, you might see the moon. And I want you to see it for the first time how they have been all along there, interacting with you, guiding you, and trying to communicate with you. And as you observe them, you can feel the frequency. You can listen to the resonance of each planet. And as you hear the resonance, as you feel the frequency, you realize that all that information and all those codes were always alive within you. And as you look at your body and as you look at yourself, you can simply start imagining how these codes that were dormant, codes that they were asleep, they start awakening. And you can slowly feel how you start feeling now connected to the moon, to the sun, to Earth, to Venus, to Mars, to Mercury, to Jupiter, and to Saturn. And as you connect with each one of them, you also realize that it's not only that, but all your chakras have been always connected. And you can start observing simply right now how this energy starts flowing out of you, connecting you with each one of them, connecting you with the architecture that God has been giving to you since day one, with the laws that you were given so that you can create this divine channel, so that you can become His vessel. And as you allow yourself to simply imagine how this connection happens, you start realizing that the codes start activating an essence within. And as this essence is being activated, you simply feel like your body, that shelf, that all the skin that has been kept you imprisoned, now it starts releasing. It starts falling down and it starts falling apart. And as you simply observe how your body starts expanding, how your soul starts expanding, how a spirit starts expanding, you get to realize that you were all connected to the divine all along. And it was your ego and your conscious mind trying to persuade you. But God has been here all along. And today He welcomes you back in His arms. And He invites you to simply dance with the divine. And as you simply dance in this vortex of energy, I want you to simply realize how you were never alone. And every single time that you were asked to surrender, it was Him knocking down at your door. And in this moment, I want you to simply picture how every code has been activated, how this connection has been activated, how the channel has been awakened. And as the channel awakes, as this new information starts downloading into you, you simply start feeling the expansion. You start feeling how you have the power to create anything that you have ever been wishing all along. And now I want you to simply imagine how you slowly start coming back into now, but you can still perceive that timeline. And as you are coming back to now, I want you to simply observe your line in the future and how every single timeline right now it is colliding, connecting, adapting, allowing you to be so divinely connected with the divine that the future starts collapsing and it starts shifting and it starts birthing a completely new reality that deep down you know that you have access to create. That new identity, that new frequency. It was always there guiding you all along. And all that was needed was to simply let go of every single thing that hasn't been serving you now. Outdated beliefs, outdated frequencies. And as you come back to now, I simply want you to observe how your concept, your self concept, has been changed, has been shifted. And I want you to allow to come back to now, to come back into your body, to come back into the room, and simply allow yourself to feel that sensation that you might be feeling, perhaps in your chest, perhaps there is tingling in your hands, perhaps there is tingling in your feet. And this is simply just the confirmation that every single code has been activated within you. And I want you to simply remember that you carry the essence and that you are the channel, and as the channel you have the capacity to connect with the divine on demand. And it's really up to you to open the doors that once were closed, and to simply trust and to know that the more that you surrender, the more that you release of control, the more that you gain certainty beyond logic, the more God will be guiding your path. And at this time it is about learning to trust, learning to know that you're divinely guided, that you have been carried all along to here and now. And remember, you have access to this energy, you have access to these codes, and you can come and you can revisit them every single time that doubt appears, that fear appears. But also I want to remind you that as a child of God, you know that absolutely everything that will start changing and shifting and will start moving into a completely different new direction, it was meant to be all along. And challenges might come, and tests might come. But now you carry the codes that will allow you to know exactly how to move, exactly how to live your life. Because, dear one, today you have been activated. And I will leave you for a few seconds so that you can just hear the whispers of your soul, the whispers of Source, the whispers of God talking you. You might receive a message, you might receive information. Allow it to come. And when you're ready, I want you to simply start slowly moving your hands, moving your feet, slowly coming back into the room. And as I count back from 5 to 1, you're gonna come back energized, fully trusting God, trusting the divine. 5. Becoming more awake and more energized. 4. Knowing and understanding that you're not alone. 3. Knowing that you have always had the possibility to connect your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. 2. Coming back into the room. 1. Fully awake, opening your eyes, and completely energized. Knowing that the chapter has just begun.